West YouTube. This your boy Big Ray West. You tuned in to GFGTV.
This is Tripp Shelton, and you tuned in to GFGTV.
Oh. All right, so we are here with Tripp Shelton, Dope Click, many other affiliates. We'll get into
Star
that.
Mafia, the original.
But
what up, Florida?
we are here on GFGTV with Tripp Shelton. We're gonna sit down and get to kind of pick through your brain a little bit today.
Let's do it.
Where would you like to try to transcend past? You know, what do you think would push you past Slave House? And what type of inspiration would it take?
I think I'm a few projects away from being able to get to a state of mind where I could maybe top Slave House. And I say that because I work kind of strange. Like, it's like I've got to empty out my file before I can start on a cohesive project like that. So like right now I'm in the process of trying to record all the things that I've written over the last like year. So I haven't been recording, I've just been writing. And I've got a lot of songs that are just songs and they're not meant to be like a part of they're not meant to be a cohesive album, but it's like I've got to get them off and get them out of me before I can have a clean plate to where I can make a project like that. So I think when I get myself all the way cleaned out and I can really like zero in on a mood for an album, you know, not maybe such a singular idea like Slave House, but just a mood, because an album's got to be like a ride. It's got to take you somewhere. It's got to tell you a story. But I think once I get my notebook cleaned out, I think I can go there. And if you're asking me like if you think there's some sort of motivation that would speed that up, there's two ways to get me going musically. Like you can dangle the money carrot out in front of me, or somebody can start some shit with me. And I have a pretty good record of when I get called out, I go on a fucking rampage.
Yeah.
Like, not only will I bury that person, but then I'll give you all the best music I have, because it only takes a little bit. Like,
To pull that.
if somebody would challenge me, like someone worth it, not like this fucking mad dog, that, like someone worth it, someone who exists and will show up and be in the same space with me, somebody who, if I said, okay, let's battle for get you some, like, let's do it, there's somebody who would actually show up.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll get me on rampage mode for like 18 months if somebody calls me out. Like, I'm clutch, man. I'm telling you, if somebody told me, all right, we'll put together a actual push for you, and you got to bet on yourself. Like, we'll get you a fucking, a major release. We'll get you a feature with somebody relevant, and you got 3 months, and I need you to have a classic album. I'm clutch.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah. It's done. Like, easy. Piece of cake. Like, show me some potential to make actual money, and I'll put all my focus there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If somebody could show me enough money that I could make more than I make at my regular job, it'd be a wrap. Show me $100,000 and watch what the fuck you get out of me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's real simple. It's economics, because all the time that I work overtime and shit, I could be putting that into music. I would treat music like a regular fucking job.
Yeah.
I'd go lock in my fucking garage and clock in every day. I'd go put in 8-10 hours a day making music. Like, why not?
Yeah.
I put in 16 at a fucking sweatshop most of the time.
You love? Yeah.
Right. I'd be so fucking unstoppable if music was my job. It's just a matter of the sacrifices that you got to make to get to that point.
Let's talk about sports. What's good with your sports? What do you feel? Obviously NFL's going to be getting kicked back in. Where we at?
Well, sports as like the whole umbrella. I'm really hoping that these leagues are brave enough to push through, even if we get a little spike in cases. I'm definitely not person who's calling, you know, coronavirus fake, but it's definitely a hoax, and I think people have the wrong definition of the word hoax, because it doesn't mean entirely fake. It just means malicious misinformation, and we're definitely being deceived as far as numbers, and there just seems to be a general maximum panic kind of narrative. So I'm hoping that these leagues can push through, and that the national outcry doesn't cause these leagues to fold. I got hella faith in the NFL, because the NFL don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings, and they never have. Like, they're gonna push right through this shit. The NFL will stack the bodies and fucking go. Like, but I mean, these are young, healthy dudes. They have like a fucking 0.6 chance of fucking getting this shit and dying. Like, just play ball, man. Like, we make nothing and are fucking out here living our life regular as fuck. Like, because we're young and we're healthy and we're not fucking at risk. Like, put Nana in the house and your fucking your child who has a respiratory infection, like, obviously protect them. The rest of us should be out living our life, and the men should be at work. So I'm hoping that these leagues stay going. As far as my teams, my Seminoles are in a rebuild mode, and I don't have a lot of optimism, but I do like Coach Norvell, and I think shit's gonna get headed the right way. I just don't think it's gonna get there immediately. It might be another.
So, you know, did we get as far as we know you're a Cowboys fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where did that start? Like, how long you been a Cowboys fan?
It's
just to bounce back, bro.
I was real simple when I was a kid, and like, first impressions mean a lot when you're young, and I was like 6 or 7. First time I saw Herschel Walker, I asked my granddad, who is that? And he told me, and I was a Cowboys fan, like, that quick. Herschel is like the left out running back in the Cowboys lineage, you know, because the shit goes all the way back to like you know, Dwayne Thomas, and then Tony Dorsett, and then you got Emmett, and of course there's Zeke now. But like, people forget that Herschel Walker was winning rushing titles on shit Cowboys teams, like trash, when he was the only thing you had to worry about, and Herschel Walker was out there getting 1,600 yards. Like, Herschel Walker was a fucking beast.
Yeah.
And Herschel Walker will still beat your ass at like 56, 57 years old, whatever the fuck he is. Like,
it's martial arts.
yeah, man.
Like,
Herschel will beat your ass at like 56, 57, bro. Herschel Walker is gold, man.
You gonna see
He's
Herschel,
crazy.
He's gonna be nice, that's for sure.
He's got like 12 personalities, but that's my guy. Like,
he's done 12 things professionally,
right.
so I guess he deserves to have all that.
Run up on Herschel. Tell me how that works out for you.
Probably wouldn't work too well.
I'm serious.
That's some good shit.
Position.
Our average starting field position was the 26. They asking my guy to drive it the whole goddamn field every time, bro. Every time.
So you got the offense, boy, do it.
Yeah. God damn, man. Can my man get a short field and a quick TD every once in a while?
If you could date any other musician, famous person, somebody, I guess we'll just call it alive. We won't call it dead or alive. Let's call it alive. Keep it simple. Who would it be?
All right, alive throws me off a bit, because my answer will always be Amy Winehouse until I fucking die. Like, I'm not even joking. I was done with rap, and I started rapping again because I had such a fucking fantasy in my head that if I got famous, I could meet Amy Winehouse and I could save her life. I'm dead ass. Like, I was fucking done making music in like 2008, 2009. I was done after Dead Flowers, and she was still alive, and I was just sitting there watching Amy Winehouse, and I was like she became the goal. Like, I kept making music because I wanted to get famous, because I wanted to fucking save Amy Winehouse. I know that's fucking crazy stalker shit, but that's dead ass though. But as far as like someone that's alive, it's really weird because I don't develop celebrity crushes, like only Amy Winehouse ever, like in my whole life ever, just her. But I'm a big Miley Cyrus fan, and she's a fucking weirdo, and I'm a fucking weirdo, and that shit would definitely work. Like, it would definitely work.
Alright, so what rap hip hop album do you think everyone should hear?
There's a few. I mean, I'd go with Nas, and I'm weird because I'm a Stillmatic over Illmatic guy with him. I still think that Stillmatic is one of the most perfect pieces of hip hop that's ever been put together. I think that thing is dead ass flawless from top to bottom. I should say the revised version, because the original first run had that horrible Braveheart Party song on there that I'm sure he felt pressured to put the homies on the album. But then they did like a second run, and that song was gone, and then it became a flawless album. I think that, Eminem Show, and Reasonable Doubt are 3 perfect hip hop albums. I don't think there's a thing wrong with any of those 3. So one of those for sure.
Tell us about 1,000 Bars and Running.
I remember sitting in Florida with my homie Jay, who I used to stay with, goes by Calibre, and we were at his sister's house, and rest in peace to his sister, who passed earlier this year. And this is when I think we used to all go on, like, I think it was rapindustry.com, and the game had just dropped 300 bars. And the shit was dope. Like, I really liked it, and I was like, I think I can do more than that. And in my head, I thought of 500, and I got going, and I probably wiped out like 300 bars, like in real short order. And I was like, man, I'm gonna do 1,000. So, and funny story, I always tell my daughter this. I just get to hype man that shit, and it's a different role for me. Like, I'm not even part of that song. Like, I just hype man the fuck out of it, and it's fun. Like, I could do it right now. Me and him ain't been on a stage together in like 4 years. We could do Soul Power right fucking now and kill it. I mean, there's...
That's like a freaking...
Yeah, that's like a...
Yeah, it's like one of those huge ones.
This motherfucker got that shit pulled out the parking lot.
Bro, I was washed.
You were washed.
Y'all was talking about UFC and shit, and I was just... I went Beavis and Butthead. I was knocked.
That
like,
was hilarious. You even left, dude. You like, we like stopped.
I was
halfway through, and you're like, all right, fellas, let my head out.
Y'all don't make Reggie no more?
I'm far too
What happened to where'd Reggie go?
Reggie,
Bring him back.
Reggie ain't
Pounding
around
that shit
anymore.
for 350.
He been retired.
West YouTube, this your boy Big Ray West. You tuned in to GFGTV.